Now let's look at a few case examples. When we look at these pictures on top, what we're doing is we're looking at the midline. We're looking at the inclination of teeth where they're positioned. We're looking at the arch form. Now this is the ideal arch form, horseshoe shape. This is not ideal. So anytime we have crowding, we know what we need to expand to get an ideal arch form. And the midline here is aligned, while here the two midlines are off. Now remember, even though the midlines is important, of course, to have the top and bottom teeth match, it's the facial midline and the top midline which has to match with the face. That's the most important ideal for aesthetic cases. Here we have a midline that's offset, but we care more of the upper teeth as they're in relation to the upper lip and the philtrum and the midline. Also looking forward, if we see examples of the biting, the overbite, we could see that this is an ideal overbite where the top teeth are covering the lower teeth. That's the solid line is the upper teeth and the dashed line is the lower teeth, and it's only about 20% coverage. Now when we're seeing anterior leveling, when we open wide, in this case you could see that all the teeth are aligned and the side teeth are slightly up. And we would want to bring these up a little bit more. As you can see, the gums is really low on the side teeth, so that means we have room to bring them up. On the bottom, remember what we learned in that photograph with all the numbers, we want the sharp teeth to be higher than the lower teeth. So anterior leveling, we're gonna bring these four down a little bit. Now, normal overbite is when the maxillary teeth cover 20 to 30%, like in this case of the mandible teeth. Mandible means the lower teeth, maxillary means upper teeth. Here we see a deep bite where 90% of the teeth are covered. This is when we need to bring back to this situation and open up the bite. Now moving forward, when we look at teeth, let's look at overjet. Overjet means how much the upper teeth are moved forward from the lowers. This is a too far overjet of the upper teeth, and we want to bring this in. This is what we get in a class 2 situation where the upper jaw is moved way forward. Now, anterior posterior relationship, here we see that the teeth are very in line. The lower and the upper molars and the canines, they're aligned. And we see the top teeth moved forward. This is a class 2 similar to this. We would want to bring this back. And as we bring this back, this sharp tooth canine would move back a little bit and the top one would move back a little bit, creating a class 1 relationship. Now, anterior posterior relationship doesn't just look at teeth, it also looks at overjet, how much, right here, how much the upper teeth are moving forward to the lower teeth. It looks at the class relationships, it looks at the anterior posterior relationship, class 1, class 2, class 3, that's what class relationship means. And it also looks at the anterior torque, where are the front teeth positioned. And remember, we want the front teeth to be close to the lowers and we want the top teeth to be aligned straight, and every other tooth has to slightly tilt back. And that's what the anterior torque means. And this is examples of putting everything together. And here we see another example with the midline off, and we see a deep bite, which we saw before. And that's what we need to evaluate and know all these key features. But now, in this case, we got to bring them to the face and see how the smile works. And that's how we could get all of these smiles into a beautiful, aligned, healthy smile, and categorize the smiles and learn them, and then learn how they relate to the face and what's important.